Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the day. 55 matches. Oh my God. They are some big, big numbers. It is a playing path that everybody will be relatively happy with. It's straight across the middle of the map. Southern teams, maybe a couple of long drops, but that is about all. And I believe this may give us our first Northern Circle of the day.
It's the final Saturday of Season 1 and the road to London. It's been a long old journey and a tough old slog, but I tell you what, it's going to be extremely tough at the top for this game and tomorrow. Ends sitting pretty, they're happy, they're pretty much all but locked in. We can near enough guarantee. Congratulate them. First place isn't confirmed, but certainly London must be by now. Team Liquid, they'll just keep on trucking ahead. 380 points, G2. A nice solid win stamps them in the top 4. Again, 100% not safe, but certainly relieves the amount of pressure. NIP still down in the Lions pit. 347 points, the Jokers 334. Winstrike 334. FAZE 331. That is a very tight position for that last and final spot.
I mean, considering we're going to have, obviously, this game and 3 more, so 4 Miramar games, I would even maybe consider TSM at 3-2-3 based on this is where they pick up the wins. But they're going to have an almighty run to get there. It may be, of course, also about the money. I was talking about a Northern Circle, but that's a Southern one, and one we've seen a number of times. Ladrilera, Plum Center, and FaZe Clan, that is the spot they will go to.
So again, you're going to have about 20% of the map completely denied by that cliff face on that western bank. In theory, it should shift away. We were speaking about this yesterday, how it potentially could do it, which it did, but it didn't do it as quickly as what we expected. So it's as we go further throughout the iteration of the circles, it slowly, either initially just does it all together or slowly creeps itself away. Ira runs over his teammate. Well, that's not going to be the best of starts. Liquid, they're already inside. FaZe, they're not quite centering Monte, but they have to come down. Ladrillia will probably be their location that they set up again. You alluded to at the start of this, Castley. That's where they picked up their big win before. The circle was pretty much with them throughout the entirety of the game, but certainly they defended it from multiple angles. Who's going to be in trouble here? Navi, easy road, they'll go south. I'd expect G2 to do that as well. We've seen that in the past. It's one of these points where we always see this cluster of teams, Knights, NIP, TSM, and Vitality, because they always seem to pick the same entry point for some reason.
Yeah, and you've got also the added bonus of Crowcrowd and M19 being up in this corner. Well, ordinarily would be in Los Leones, of course. You know, they've got throw a possible monkey wrench in there for someone like Winstrike or FaZe. Who knows? When they come down south. Same with Digital Athletics, right? Down in Valle del Mar. Could catch a couple of people off guard. You know, certainly the southern rotating teams, and maybe not expecting a team to be there. The tough ground for me is TSM. It's a tough rotation for them because obviously they know they have San Martin with NIP, a team that they are chasing. Vitality, you know, G2 to their east, another team that they're chasing. They got to try and avoid them and find themselves that spot and keep 4 alive for as long as possible. I know it's stating the bleeding obvious, but it makes such a big difference when you come down to those big
numbers,
fights.
Right?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned over Crowcrowd and M19 being kind of up in that pocket area on their own. Maybe we just leave them to eat each other alive out there, but certainly, and this isn't BM in any way, shape or form, but there is a very big drop-off when we look towards their points of
I tell you
274 down to 168 and 166. I think for some of these other teams now, when you look towards M19 and Crowcrowd, it kind of becomes just points for them.
And that's what I wanted to talk about. The Jokers are up there. The Jokers need the points. The Jokers in 5th place are the closest. 3 points behind NIP.
I'm not trying to sound bad saying that.
That's 8 points there.
But exactly, that's what I mean.
And they're going to look at it that way.
Because they are now proving to be definitely a drop-off compared to the rest of the level of skill we have in this competition. Some of them are going to get a knock and say, okay, well, that's Crowcrowd. So, but you know what? Hold W and left trigger. Let's get stuck in here. That's all it'll be. And for a few teams, it's working. It feels like there's, you know, all right, they got wins under the belt. Actually, M19 got their win yet?
No, they're the only team that hasn't had a win. Yeah, Crowcrowd have had 2, of course. And, you know, the weird thing is, right, NIP have only had 1 win. in the entire tournament. One single win.
Consistency in PUBG is, you know, what nets you the points at the end of the day. If you can frag and you can be consistently in the top 5, then GG.
Yeah.
You'll have a fun time here. If you can't, well,
I mean, like wins are not everything, because TSM in 8th place have 6 wins, the most of anyone. Whereas and like I say, NIP in 4th place ahead of them. Just that singular win there. We'll keep watching Vitality go by. We were talking about how their rotation will be tricky. So that's going to be the team they know. They 100% know that that's Vitality coming out of Minas Generales. So they're well aware of who is over that way. So they know that their path is relatively safe. Wookiee is going to go for a couple of shots. Doesn't make it count. Tries to go for the nade and flush, but they're going to be in the cars and gone. He's going to try and get the spray down as much as he can. He caught a big chunk of him there,
Oh, and he's flipped it as well. He'll keep on going. It was pretty weak, but that's fine. Someone else might be able to confirm him, though. I mean, it's okay doing the damage and not necessarily getting the pickup at the end, but that makes life really hard now for Monkey if anyone else challenges him. Or if he just bails it somewhere. So he has to be careful. Liquid have opted to go for the north. That's fine.
Make sure he doesn't hit a rock.
Yeah, which we have again seen.
Yeah.
AUG in play. If someone wants to pick that crate up, there is a double drop next to Digital Athletics. I don't think FAZE will overextend. That's a double AUG. Not that you want an 8 times on the back of it. It won't fit anyway, but that's fine.
So we're seeing some similar spots here being occupied. We knew that FaZe would go for La Drillera and that hill around it. They're actually being fairly aggressive from that spot as well. The Knights coming into the warehouse to the north of them. So again, another spot that they are fairly used to, sort of like in... Now, yeah, that's even more aggressive. So that's Drayden and Reels. I think they've gone towards the next set compound. So they've moved even further up the hill to try and move in there. That will leave more ground. Team Liquid, they are coming in across the way from them. So they're over the hills. Some rally action from Jempty. Ooh, almost made it onto the roof. And they're going to be pulling in up on that hillside just to the south on Monte Nuevo, right next to Windstrike.
You okay, lads? All right, some difficulties here.
Having fun.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. So they'll pull up, they'll get themselves a ridge line. The amount of denial of sight that rock gives them is good because it means they only have to hold certain angles. Raise your edge, usual. You won't expect any less. They'll be the last ones into the circle. They'll take the northern edge. NIP just ahead of the game in front of G2. Set and Dream for you on the reposition. The bus must be out of petrol. It's done its job. It's got them forward, but they will be going head directly into M19 here if they're not careful. M19 is in a 2-2 split. And again, this is the rock I was speaking about for Team Liquid. This gives them access to be able to maneuver and to fight some different points. You have a couple of compound. It's not really a compound, it's more a little hut. But it looks like Samty isn't happy with this position, and Team Liquid might be on a slight readjust.
M19 coming in behind them. Team Liquid looking down at them. You can see them in the distance there on the hills of Monte Nuevo. You can see that Samty is readjusting. Just getting a little greedy. Oh, Jazza. A little too close to a doozy here.
Is he going to... No. Oh, that could have been a misplay.
Yeah, caught out.
That was a misplay and a half. Oh, well, never mind. They're going to carry on fighting. Narcissus here. Damage done to a doozy. Smokes will go down, hide his footsteps, and maybe hide his location. But that nade, I saw it being cooked. There we go. Picks one up. Narcissus is going to try and confirm just to make sure no one else in there because they can't get a full read on. Bang goes the car, and they'll take control of the building. Shadow back to 75%. The meds are off, and they take control of the compound. M19 again.
FaZe are on the move here. Just going back to the hill. Okay, so Uber's just rejoining the team. Maxid also took some damage. They may be trading blows with the Knights or Digital Athletics. Not too sure. There we go. Centers up the same spot. I think we might be seeing a similar circle to what we've had before here. We know that it's going to pull away. It pulls away from Valdemar, El Pozo, Picardo. You've got the side, so it's kind of a predictable spot, and that's why everybody is centered up and around this spot. All the teams knew where it was going. Drayden, how many times have we seen this? I kind of worry about the Knights. I don't know what happened. They had such a great first week, and then it's just kind of like been a bit meh. For them.
They play range. They don't like to get up close and personal to teams. They seem to be a little bit late to these circles sometimes. They like to play edge, which we've seen time and time again. They're amazing snipers. God, they could literally hit heads.
They've
from
had so
distances.
many clashes with Vitality
because they come in late.
And lost every time. And that's the thing, that they've had so many clashes with the same team and come out worse off. And that's kind of just I don't know what's done it about it, but because you remember, yeah, like end of, what was it, week 1, even midway to week 2, Reels was at the top of the kill leaders. You know, they were having a great old time. We were talking about how well he's come in as a player, and you know, the Knights used to be one of those consistent teams, but
and then everyone else read into how the game's been played. They continued doing their long play and their Ranger game, and everyone else just got stuck in with the ARs, and unfortunately, it's seen their demise in this league in terms of placement. They have dropped down quite a lot, and
11th.
You got to remember
288, so they're outside the 300 zone, which is now 9th place. It's starting to fall out, and more importantly, falling out the money, which is obviously a lot of these guys are going to start to be looking towards the money, the pride, the placements. Of course, we shouldn't forget the top 4 positions. There are the points as they see G2, a team that just got themselves the win, but the lowest kill count win I think we've had so far, with just the 2 kills, which are the 2 kills they picked up off NAVI at the end.
I'm trying to look for where ends. Oh, there we go. Thank you. They're just about to make their first appearance into the circle here.
Deep south.
Up and over we go. We've got the trucks, so they're happy. Off-roading these bad boys. Put them to the test. Navi's lingering around these hillsides, and that's what they have to be aware of. They can get out and go on foot.
They've just kind of come in alongside each other for a long time, so they know Navi just went ahead of them. So Navi themselves, we can see the map, of course, they are coming in sort of close to Digital Athletics. Team Liquid, they have gone for rather... Okay, they've just moved down the side there. And look at TSM as well down there on the north of Kumisera, on the hillside, sorry, of Kumisera. The Jokers, we haven't seen a great deal from these yet. I thought they might be able to collect some kills and points on the way, but they've gone for a rather large spread, and I think they might get caught out because NIP are making a move right now into the edge of Monte Nuevo.
That's really all that's kind of left. There is a player in the form of Dimash who is lingering in Monte to give some sort of defense and show his feathers a little bit. TSM, you mentioned, been all the way out in no man's land. They're probably the guys that'll have to do the most work here for the simple fact that, all right, we keep calling them a Miramar team, but they've had some good circles and good position. That doesn't mean they haven't fought for it and don't deserve the wins, but certainly working from this angle will make them work for the money. NIP cross the road as a 4-man stack. Circle,
there we go.
Pretty much centres up. Stays quite fairly west. So we know in theory, Liquid should be getting gifted a circle here if it pulls away from Monte Nuevo.
FAZE back down to La Drillera. They're just going to go back to the compound they started with, onto that hillside. The Knights will move up. They've kind of fought for that spot. Now with FAZE vacating that, we're probably going to see Red Diamonds moving into the position they've just vacated. Vitality actually looking to go a little bit further south here, try and swing around. Digital Athletics were here, but they've decided to go down low into the valley. Enter making a big, long push. They're going up the western side of the edge. They're going to run in headlong into Raise Your Edge, M19, that sort of territory way out west, as G2 also move into Monte Nuevo alongside NIP. This is 3rd and 4th place teams next to each other, sharing a city.
Udier's an SLR, so he can certainly fight his battles or get a pick if he needs to. Chris holding the off angle. Brexico and Kane up in the top corner, which kind of helps them out. It gives them multiple different angles. Mikas just finished off Rustam. That's not just a knock, that's actually a kill. Press F.
Look,
for Rustam Mar.
He said, Rustam Mar, you are the kill leader. You've got 64 kills to your name. I need more. I'm going to get one of you.
Fair play.
Do you think it counts towards his damage stats?
I don't know.
I
mean, to be fair, even playing it as a 3-man, they probably still do better than some teams. They're absolutely on fire.
Careful. I know where you're going with that one.
Oh, they're insane. I'm just saying how good they are. Even as a 3-man, they will be able to beat out some teams in this league. They're
31 points clear of Team Liquid, who are themselves 36 points. Oh no, 26 points clear of G2. So it's a long old way ahead of everybody else. The only team with 400 points on the board at the moment, playing quite happily. Wind Strike, Tixu's down. I don't think there's going to be much left of him. Iroh's done the damage there, and that's a loss to them. And TSM, you're going to be rotating around and thinking, what the hell are Ents doing here? And that's 2 on a bike. That's going to be 2 on a bike. That's not good for TSM. They're going to pull up, get sprayed down, and oh my word, Gustav and Rory down and thinking thriftily, what in the world are you doing here?
Feels bad, man. Gustav and Rory.
I got myself a bike, boys.
Hey, look at that, just like that. Even after killing one of their own comrades, unfortunately. Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, and Wookie then has to... Oh, no.
We've got to get past Navi now.
Oh, dear, this could be bad. Especially if N set up and await his arrival here. Navi pushing... Yeah, Navi... No, they're going to leave it. That's fine. Navi in a rough territory anyway, but the circle actually kind of favors them. If they go for that compound in front, then they're going to be laughing. FAZE, they can... I don't know. I mean, they could sit there for now and potentially play border patrol and stop anyone coming from this eastern side. Windstrike, they're all right. They're pretty safe. Raise your edge. You're actually sending it straight across the road on the opposing side of the map, but M19 are there. Potentially a big boy cluster going to go down in the north. We've got Raise Your Edge, M19, Crow Crowd sitting on that side.
The Knights of FAZE are going for it. Where are they going to end up? They're going for the same ditch. They're going for the same ditch. There's not a great deal there, in fairness. It will be Voxic and Grammar both taken down. The double knock comes in. Reels and Drayden. Drayden's aborted. He's trying to get it back away from that one. Reels kind of gone in towards Digital Athletics. Navi have blasted it. They've gone for the compound down the south side. Jokers have actually come in behind Team Liquid while this is happening. Dimash has managed to make his way there. He's going to get the support he needs. 8 is going off on one. The kill feed's gone bonkers. And now everybody... Well, still got a long way to go. That northern edge is also about to be a bit of a mashup.
FAZE just flew across the side of the road. We still have this ongoing battle over here. The Pittsburgh Knights go down 16th place. We're saying things haven't been too kind these last 2 weeks, and this game is no different. NBS finds Udia. That's the confrontation up in Montenuevo. The battle to try and get out of there alive. Kane's Chris, they're all on the vehicles, and they've got out of dodge. The tail between the legs. There isn't many places, to be honest.
They're going straight towards Brexco, who's on the hillside. He's got set there. Meanwhile, M19, as you say, Znark is just single-handedly taking him down. Elite player finds Fast Rail vaulting through. Will get him down, but Znark comes in. What a pickup he's been. Comes in and clears them out.
Completely annihilated. All 4 players dead, just like that. 4 points and a placement jump for Raise Your Edge. Crow Crowd, they have been sitting and waiting for a while now. We'll take a quick peek in and a check with Liquid and Jokers. They're very aware of each other's presence. You might see the grenades being pushed rather soon. And
keep your eye on the minimap. You can see also NIP and G2 also creeping towards this direction on the above. So this battle might draw a couple more attention and a couple more bullets. NIP looking down the hillside, seeing can we get involved. That's the tracer fire you're seeing flashing past your eyes as we see now Ents in the picture-in-picture pushing onto the 2 remaining members of TSM.
So FAZE sent it up, fair play to them. TSM still lingering on the edge with Ents directly in front of them. Navi moved forward and took the compound that was pretty much directly an open gift straight into the circle. Sixmo has a large compound for himself, but they're still sharing it with Iro across the road, so DA going for the 1-1 split.
Look, okay. NIP have gone, okay, that's G2. We have to fight them. That is our positional battle, 3rd and 4th. They are stuck in 2 compounds. We can take them. Then they just saw Crow Crowd in the background and thought, we can get a lot of points out of this fight. So forget the push. They were looking at going down on the Jokers. They are going for this fight.
This is really clever. So they've gone up and over. They've allowed them to throw the nades, be a distraction. NIP sent 2 players low. They've now got, is it Miraku and Gaxi? They have. They've got up close and personal. NBS was basically an anchor, and now they're just bombarding 2 teams from this slight defilade. However,
where did that
Raise
come
Your
from?
Edge just got involved out of nowhere. Miraku gets a headache. Chris steps up. Gaxi, Vad, they're all down. 1 man standing. NIP
overconfidence
just became RIP. Good Lord.
That was sheer overconfidence, and again, they just didn't count for the fact that Raise Your Edge would be down there, because why the hell are they? And now Miraku's got back on his feet. They managed to get him up. I wonder if they're going to get Vard. No, they don't think they'll reach him in time. So G2 still with 2 alive, and yeah, overconfidence really for NIP there. You could see what they wanted. That was the big boy play, and it would have worked perfectly if it wasn't for that random off angle that Raise Your Edge had.
You could have, and maybe should have, smoked off their right-hand side. If Galaxy had done that, built a little smoke wall, denied line of sight for Raise Your Edge, because that's an open gap.
The red mist had descended. They saw the nades. They thought we can go make this play, but Brexco instead is thinking we can make the play, gets Miraku down. While this is all happening, Vitality are going into the blender, getting ripped apart. FaZe are trying to benefit from all of this as they take shots on everyone. Brexco, meanwhile, has Crowcrowd pushing on towards them. G2, they only had 2 kills in the last game. Well, they've topped that already. They're continuing to smash down Crowcrowd as they just run headlong into the bullets.
MBS steals one at the end there. D-Mash now moving on to Liquid, though. That grenade's up and over. The door's open. We saw that there was kind of poking and prodding at one another last time round. Jeems has got on the bike. He's trying to get out of there. Liquid's gone. 13, just like that. The Jokers batter them.
That's some big points. The Jokers collecting points. G2 collecting kills. NIP down to 1. FaZe Clan also been picking kills. That we haven't seen a great deal of it, but they have been collecting the kills. They're now trying to take control of the hill, but they're going to find NAVI on the hill as well, as G2 still trying to see who is left here. They know that NIP have someone lingering. 12th place for NIP with very little kills won't be great.
He's throwing up all these smokes.
He's trying to get something off Crowcrowd, but they're gone.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes where they are. Out of the mist and down the barrel we go. 12th position will become their coffin in the final game of the day. And this gives G2, well, actually, no it doesn't. I'm about to say they got a bit of breathing room. I'll tell you what, Lee, Raise Your Edge. They've gone for the 2-2 split and they're going to apply pressure here to disallow G2 getting any further in this circle.
Well, maybe. We'll see whether because it looks like they're backing away now. Red Diamonds hold themselves the hill position. It's FaZe Clan, though. They picked 3 up so far. The knock on Pokémon Batulin's going to try and smoke that off and get him back on his feet. As FaZe Clan will watch Shadow come in from behind. They'll catch him off. Best of luck in the end. Caught the headshot from the hillside.
The big man from out of nowhere with the SLR does the job. Michael and TSM... Oh, excuse me, Michael and Wookie even, holding on for dear life. That could be a good grenade. And now forced to heal here. So DA can literally play border patrol because as soon as they come out of this one, they're going to get smashed in the back. They don't cover themselves. They allow TSM to pick them up. 2 kills just like that.
And FaZe are going to nick another. Michael down. That's going to confirm that one. So that's 2 more picked up for FaZe Clan there. Now the Jokers have got to move, but they're trying to get up the hillside, and FaZe are turning onto them. They're trying to get the shots down low. Mexi and Fuzzface are going to join them on the hill, and they're continuing to try and lay down the fire onto Jokers. And of course, these 2 teams are just 3 points apart. It's quite a big deal. Windstrike also still in there. They've got that 2 alive. Keeping those placement points is big for them. NAVI probably having one of their better days so far. Looking to try and get themselves in position as well, but Red Diamonds above the Jokers are causing problems.
So this is where it kind of gets dangerous for FaZe because they're trying to take out NAVI. They're trying to overextend and get behind them and flank them. However, they have to deal with ENCE first. ENCE could hit them from behind. Remember, they're down to 3, so they're sending the vehicles across map here. We can see it on the map. They've pulled up on FaZe. It's a 3-way battle for the south side of the circle.
Batulin might be a bit of a surprise factor there. There's ENCE, comes around the side. Trifoli gets down by Uber. Mikaz gets caught out. Fuzz catches him. Mexi gets him sprayed down. Sees Squeaky coming down the hill. Tries to smash him. Squeaky forced to back away as he comes around. And now NAVI trying to engage. They're trying to get the flank around, but Mexi and Uber are right here. Uber, the former NAVI man, will get the spray down on 1. He's got the org in his hand, but 2 of his teammates just got downed, and Squeaky's moving in on the backs.
He needs to make sure they clean this up and then turn and face. There is another engagement coming ahead on turn around. Squeaky's right behind you. You've got to go as a duo here to melt this guy. Otherwise, it's going to cause them problems. And he does, just like that.
Wow.
He stabs FaZe in the back.
Oh, man.
NAVI pick up all the points. Both teams down. Last man standing. And ENCE carry on. That is just a total rip. Good Lord.
I've lost count of the times I've said throughout these 55 games, teams leaving players behind them. A doozy on TSM, Michael on FaZe in the previous game, Squeaky this time around. It's just happened time and time and time again. They'll take a fight, they'll get third party, get involved, turn around, ignore a player. Yeah, and Squeaky's got absolutely nothing to lose right now. And what, D-Mash is going off though. And the Jokers, they could gain a lot of ground here if they can pick up a win. This is a massive push. They've dealt with the Red Diamonds, so well played to them. They've got G2 above them, a team they are chasing in the points.
Windstrike have just been gifted 2 crates on their doorstep. literally just been handed them. So they'll be able to get geared up and get 2 of their players rocking level 3s going into this final circle. Squeaky's picking the corpses of his victims in front of him. I'm seeing him with gear as well. That's an AUG in his hand, so he can continue to take the fight and pick up points. He's already stolen one. Chris moves back onto D-Mash. AKM up close and personal, hits him in the head, and now from behind, though, needs to be aware of where these other angles are going to be coming from because he has the height advantage on them. Brexico does go down.
Squeaky steals it.
Still continuing to put numbers on the board, even as a solo man band.
Yeah, 6 kills for Ent so far, and they're having a laugh. And 3 of them will come from Squeaky. Chris goes down, G2 out in 5th place. So they got good kills this time around. That's going to be around about 10 to 11 points, I think, picked up by them in this matchup. So they're going to be fairly happy with that. Obviously gain a lead over NIP. And of course that leaves NIP in the hot drop zone. The Jokers chasing them, still 13 points behind though. So the Jokers could do with a win here along with the kill score. They've got 6, I think 7 maybe on the board already. As now Raise Your Edge try and make the play, but Windstrike catch them as soon as they move to the hill.
So the Jokers are in a bit of a tricky position here because they have to come down from the mountainside. Windstrike might not have the angle that they need. Oh, I'm forgetting they have buildings here. Okay. But there's no front windows on that building, so they'll be denied a line of sight unless Jorski actually, he gets tapped up quite severely. Squeaky could play spoiler. If they try to make an advancement onto Windstrike from the backside where they have the least line of sight, then Squeaky's going to mop him up. He stand on the snake with the AUG. He's going to have a right bite to him.
D-Mash tagged and tall. Cup of Magic up close. Is he going to confirm it? Yes, he is.
Stolen.
Stolen by Timmy. And that's big. Windstrike on Windstrike and Jokers, by the way. We're on oh no, Jokers.
Still going. Oh Lord.
Windstrike and Jokers were on equal points at the start of this game, both on 334. And now, well, Jokers look to be in prime position, but you've got to look towards Timmy and Windstrike here. Of course, don't count Squeaky out.
That's the thing. He's wearing level 3 gear. He has a mini with a 6 times the range.
He's hunting Kemba.
The thing is with the AUG, there's barely any kick to it. Like, the animation kick is almost null. So you can just hold down left trigger and just melt people in front of you.
Kemba has to face him. He's got nowhere to go, Kemba.
Yeah. He's literally holding him at gunpoint. He can't go any further.
Yep.
Long range nade.
He's got to go for it. What does he do? Smokes his back, covers himself from Windstrike, keeps himself his fight going. Cup of Magic trying to lay the cover fire for his team here because, well, everybody's going to move down into that bowl now. I'm not too sure how Windstrike is going to deal with this one either. Kemba's going for it, though. Gets himself forward, smokes his play. But there's so many positions and angles he's got to try and play with here. As soon as that smoke goes off, it gives the position away to everyone on the map.
Well, Windstrike going to move on car here? I suppose they could do and actually use the car as a bit of cover.
Squeaky. 7 kills for Jokers. It may be all they get. Squeaky, though, has been picked off. Nuki found him. Ents go down in 4th place, and that's freed up Kemba of all things as Windstrike tried to make the move. Cup of Magic could be a big pivotal player for them down here. Timmy's been picked off. Jorski and Nuki coming down the hill, and Cup of Magic could pick them off here. Raise Your Edge should pick themselves up the win, but no! They get caught by Kemba of all people from the Jokers. He just saved the Windstrike. What's he thinking?
And if he takes down Cup of Magic here, that will be a complete and utter save for the Finns. Straight across, Znak finally confirms him, but he
literally lost himself a position. Raise Your Edge should be able to take this one. Nuki in a 2v1. They know exactly where he is. Just going to kind of find him in the grass. And there we go. Raise Your Edge will take themselves a win. But honestly, Kemba's play there, look at the kill feed. The team